Hey guys, Warband Plays here, and today we're going to look at the patch notes that came on the 13th of January, which is relatively new, but still a few days ago. I'm just going to cover it because, I find it interesting, and I find it even more interesting that the beta for 1.57 is coming out, so we might have a look at that as well. But we're going to look at 1.56 and see if it's worth a new game or something, because, I'm always looking to see if the newest patch helps with improving the game, make it more fun. But yeah, the latest changes seem to be bug fixes and issues and crashes. So, but that's more subject. Like it's more to the person themselves. I never really encountered this many bugs, but I'm sure they're there. But I haven't encountered anything game breaking on my thing. Only snowballing, but you know yeah, just snowballing is my biggest concern at the moment, which is where the Khuzaits basically own all this territory. They keep attacking, and they just have this OP bonus, which is the horse bonus, I think. Like when it auto calculates battles, horses get or mounted units get a bonus in their auto calculation. So, and since Khuzaits have a lot of horses, that's probably the reason why they're winning a lot. So but there's still a fair few other things that contribute to snowballing. I remember when Britannia was snowballing, but yeah, they're not doing that anymore. But we're gonna look through more of this. What else we got here? The latest changes for multiplayer. Had a wintered version of Isle. Again, I know I didn't play much multiplayer with this game because it's kind of dead. Let's be real. Especially it's even more dead in Australia where I live, and I want to have good ping when I'm fighting people. But I love this game. I did love it when it came out though, when everyone was playing it. When it had like 200,000 people playing it. Oh, that's so good. And the sieges were so good. I don't know why people didn't like them. Maybe because they were doing the same map over and over again. But I don't know. I liked it. It wasn't bad. Like, but yeah, I do think multiplayer needs a lot of love in that respect because they need private servers and mods. Otherwise, it just kind of dies off. But hey, Warband has a dedicated multiplayer community for like years and years. Like I think Bannerlord could get a community like that within a few years, but not now because I don't think custom servers are out yet. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm not really into the multiplayer really until they fix that up. But moving on, the initial beta changelog had these crash fixes. I'm just gonna look through these fixed crash that could. Yeah, never experienced that. Never experienced that. Third one, never experienced that. Maybe you do experience, but I just never did it in that specific playthrough. Oh, that coffee. Fix the crash that occurred in conversation randomness. Again, I never get these crashes. They must be like really random when they happen. Like when the game just goes, "Oh, not gonna have that anymore." So yeah, but hey, if you're having any issues, just go through this change log and you'll probably find the fix that they probably made, and you probably want to update your game to it. Performance, I really love performance changes because my computer's not the best in the world, but it still runs Bannerlord pretty well with like 300 troops. I can't get to 1,000 because my PC's trash, but yeah, get a refactor to make the item roster system faster and more stable. I really like this because I find the menus are a bit not smooth, and like the images when they show the items are still like loading. It has like that loading UI element. I don't know what it is, but like yeah, it just seems less smooth, and hopefully this will make it more faster. Reduce spikes. That's good. Performance improvements for crafting dagger pieces. I'm not really into crafting that much, so that might be helpful for people who are really into smithing. Performance improvements for the Landia village houses. And yeah, if you go into Valandia, that'll help. And performance improvements for Crusade horses. Houses, sorry. Yeah, if you want to like burn down the Khuzaits of snowballing, you'll have good performance while doing it, I suppose. Localization. So just give those Turks some so they can read the game. Minor text updates. Now this is my favorite part of it. 26 new battle terrains were added. I'm in the camp where like all the battles like they're getting a bit repetitive because like the maps are like the same and it's all just like the same map over and over again. But now with this update, you have 14 new villages added and 26 battle terrains added. That means so much, I think, in my eyes. But I did love it in Warband where that the maps are randomly generated, but still, that wasn't the best system because it usually generated pretty shitty maps sometimes, but sometimes good map. It just shakes things up. Makes it more interesting. Again, some new armors for Sturgia. Highland scale over mail armor. Added some variety to existing shoal armor pieces. Again, I welcome new armors. I always love the new armors. They look really nice. Added new flax plantation vineyard models with the campaign map. Welcome. Various weapon improvements and fixes on some bugs and weapons. You know what I really want is for them to fix the spears. Spears are fucking useless in Bannerlord. I fucking hate it. And they're also useless in Warband. You can use them, but it's really annoying to use. I hope that spears get fixed. I know there's a mod out there that fixes spears, but come on, like the game developers should make spears usable. Because when you get swarmed by a bunch of enemies, you like the spear, it doesn't hit them, and like it just goes like it just doesn't hit them. Like it's crazy. Even though the spear and the shield is like the most used weapon in the medieval period, I don't understand it, but we'll see. I hope they address that eventually. Yeah, just more new items and fixes as well in the art area, but nothing substantial. Various village improvements. I don't really stay in the villages. You see, I don't really stay in the scenes that much, so I don't really see these bugs or anything in there. But yeah, maybe they could work on that. Like, what I really want is like we should have more interaction with the scenes. Animations fix the bug that caused the player's companions to play village animations. Oh my god, never seen that bug before. All these bugs make me scared. Like, I've never seen these before. Campaign map. Change village lore to match new locations and change the production of some villages. Balance. Probably a bit more balanced. Fix the bug that spawned the main hero in an unplayable area after air selection. Yeah, I never reached the late game like that where you have an air, so that would probably be a bit annoying. But luckily, it's fixed now. Fixed the minor campaign camera issue, which the camera got stuck on high terrain, moving to a location automatically. Okay. Again, some of these fixes, like I never encountered these bugs before, but maybe I'm blind to them. But it's always good to get these fixes because when you encounter them, it is annoying. I know. All right, UI settlement nameplate events. Yeah, whenever I play, I love this. Right, there's a mod for this where like you could see if there's a mission or like a quest in a town. It was like a mod, but now the developers have added that mod in, which is great. Like I was so annoyed because when you're making cash in the game, you want to do quests a lot, and it's really helpful to have that mod or this in the game where you can actually see if there's any tournaments or like an available issue in the settlement or a quest, essentially. Oh, that coffee. Menu shortcuts. That's Welcome Edition. I never use them. Game menu on the campaign map is now hideable. It will auto open if there are any changes in the game menu. Ooh, very good. Removed need to be in the same party requirement for the character developer. You will now be able to grant perks to clan members without moving them to your party. And that's good. That's actually pretty good. So you can actually give them perks without moving them to your party. Oh my god. Added a new option in gameplay options to control which auto type you use, radial or bar. I don't like the radial. I think radial's meant for console players, so I would use the bar. Well, that's what I use. I'd like the old system warband where you just have the F1, F3 charge, like that kind of system. I like that. That's like the best system, I think. I don't think you could change. I don't think you should change it that much. Person kill feed would now show up white instead of red. Or if the hit agent is unconscious. Get a nice addition. Oh, I've got the top one there. Save game categories and I'll be sorted by the most recent save time. The most recently saved category will be on the top. See, all these minor changes, like these ones, are just, it's good. Is life quality changes, and this is what I think makes the patches worth it. It just makes it easier for the player. Added time of day selection to custom battle screen. I'm not really into custom battles, but they're good for testing out, I guess, troop trees maybe, testing what works and what doesn't. Added equipment icons to custom battle heroes so pals can examine them before the battle. Again, custom battles, I'm not a fan of them, really. Scoreboard after the battle also lists that have fallen. Now also lists lords that have fallen in battle. Again, quality of life feature, good. Added variation to troop types and faces. Yeah, that was the bug. Like when they had like the same looter dude be like the spokesman for all the looters, and he's just so funny. My god. I didn't even notice it because I just always kill them. I always press the button to kill them straight away. So I didn't really notice that. But that's good, I guess. We all care about the looters. Center times. Center time image on the map bar has been. Okay. Added color to equipment and character portraits in the settlement overlay and use the correct equipment. These overlays are now very more colorful. Very good. Again, I love these changes. They seem to be good. Hovering over a hero's health on the party screen now gives detailed info about their health. Again, that's another quality of life feature that you need. But I hope they can add more content eventually, which they have in this patch, the Rebellions, which I'm going to go through. But yeah, all this stuff here is just quality of life, which is good. I'm just going to skip past these last ones because they're not really that relevant. Or like, they're just the same as the other ones where like, oh, they just make it easier for you to play the game. Your fixes, again, I'm not really a expert on bug fixes, but it seems like they're fixing a lot of bugs here. Now let's see. I'm just going to quickly skim through and see if I have experienced any of these. The one I experienced is where like, but this is probably before this patch, but where like the Lord would smile when you like imprisoned him. Like when you defeated a Lord, he would like when you press the button to imprison him, he just like smiles randomly and go, huh, I'm getting imprisoned. So I think that was fixed earlier, but it was really funny. Like, some of these bugs are just so fucking funny. Yeah, these are just like specific to someone's problem, really. But again, this is all welcome. So again, if you have a bug in the map, maybe it's fixed here. If it's not, then you have to wait for the next patch, I suppose. Photo mode implement. Oh my god. Yeah, this is pretty good. Like, this is good for like people making like movies or like, that's really good. Improved accuracy while with ranged weapons while mounted. I guess that's good. But I already think that ranged weapons are pretty OP while mounted anyway, so I don't know why you improve the accuracy of ranged weapons. I don't see why you do that. Target locking is implemented. Players can now lock their character to an enemy with the middle mouse key by default. Again, I'm never going to use that. That's probably for console players eventually. If you use that, you're a bloody noob, to be honest. I can take down like 5 to 10 rats with my two-hand sword. Oh my god, so good. You don't need any target locking mechanism. Base bow values have been changed to tune both the AI behavior and the play experience. Okay. It sounds like you improved the bows a bit. Fixed weapon skill related damage being reported as perk related damage in combat. Oh, very good. Mounted weapons can now get a morale penalty due to casualties within their own formation. Yeah, I don't think cavalry ever retreat. It's always the infantry that run, but the cavalry seem to stay. So that must address that. Yeah, they can now get a morale penalty. So will they actually fucking run away now? Because I've always noticed that knights and mounted units they just never run away when when their morale goes down. So I guess that's fixed. That's a one. That's the one I noticed. That's a big problem. Fixed the bug which prevented reloading of crossbows who were mounted. Again, I don't use crossbows on horses, but I might do it in another video. A two-way dependency caused the position calculation to constantly change, causing formation AI defending a position to endlessly fidget about. I did notice they do fidget a bit. They just keep moving around. What I hate about the battle system moment is when you defeat their formation, right? But when they have reinforcements, they come in. It's just all mess. It's all just a mess when they spawn in. Like it's just a constant mess. There's no formations anymore after the battle keeps going on. I think they need to fix that. Where like when they spawn in, they form up and then they attack. They don't just keep running like charging. Like that's what the AI does. I currently hate the reinforcement mechanic in this game. They just spawn them in and then they just charge. Like that's all they do, and they get slaughtered when you're the player. So a big tailwolds. You got to address that. I swear to God. Character development system. Oh, added weapon knockdown mechanics. Show of strength perk from the two-handed tree and hard knock perk from the polearm tree should now work properly. I like using two-handed now. Like I think it's pretty interesting on foot. So that's good to know that some perks have been fixed there, it seems, or added. Added two-handed arrow deflection mechanics. Arrow deflection perk from the two-handed tree should now let heroes deflect arrows and bolts while blocking with a two-handed sword. Again, they're adding more perks. Again, I'm on that camp where like these perks should have been in the first place. That seems like that should have been top priority. You know, or the Mount Blade series has always been about the RPG elements, I guess, like all the skills and stats. But I do like Bannerlord's new system, I really do. But the perks just not working out the box is a bit annoying. Added 6 different perk effects related to prisoner recruitment upgrade, so that'll help with the recruitment update, which is well needed. Added missing again. These are perks that you can get, and they should be fixed on them. I believe on the forums that like they have this thread on the progress of implementing all the perks. I think it's around 90%, so we're close to getting finished there. Clan and party added a passive. Oh, so this is where you can leave a companion in a town, and they increase relations with notables, which is really a good mechanic. I like that. You couldn't do that in Warband, so that's another thing you can do. That'll be helpful in. Oh shit. Okay. Seems I've clicked out of it. Damn it. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, continue on. This I love this mechanic. It's just a new feature. That's what you guys want, right? New features. Well, that's a new feature right there. Again, increasing relations gets them. You get you more troops, more elite troops, and also lords if they're there in the castle. But they'll be moving about, so they'll be a bit problematic. The prisoner recruitment process has been changed completely. Yeah, I think it was a bit easy to recruit prisoners, so this should help making it more realistic, I guess. Conformity value to be conformity value to be generated by the party to be recruited. This value is based on troop tiers, so the high tier troops be harder to recruit. So yeah, just making it harder to recruit high tier prisoners. For me personally, this is not really a big change for me because I don't really recruit prisoners. It's just a personal preference because I like to have my army nice and organized with Valandian troops only. I guess that's not the meta play, but man, I just do love having my Valandian only army. It just makes it all look nice instead of just having random prisoners just all about the place. I watch Reformist and his army is just all over the place. It's just one battalion like archer, like it's just all over the place. All these different factions, it's all molded together. This one army, and it's just so chaotic. This is a big one. Marrying off clan members is now possible. I wanted to do that. Like I wanted to marry off the sister, wasn't it? And I couldn't. I was like, well, how do I do this? I want to sell her off for some money or something, but you can't do that. So, but now you can do it in this patch, so that's good. From now on, family members can be used for issues, alternative solutions. So I guess that's for quests. Oh yeah, that's for quests. So when you do quests, you can do it like ask a companion to do it for you. So I guess that's what they're referring to is you can get the family members to do it. Fix the bug that caused the companions to teleport when they left the cell. Oh my. Again, some bug fixes here. Again, I'm not really encountering anything here that's this one seems pretty bad. Fix the bug that prevents children of Calradia from spawning when they became 18 years old. Some of these bugs sound a little bit game breaking, do they? But I've never encountered anything like this, really. I know people have. It's not like I'm saying there's no bugs in the game. There are bugs in the game, but I just haven't encountered them yet. Fix the bug that. Yes, again, that one is detrimental because you can't pick the air, which will be a bit of a problem. Now we get to the big juice of this patch, which is the rebellion feature. Oh my god, this just sounds so cool. So basically what the rebellion feature is where there's two values, there's loyalty and security, and the loyalty goes down, I think the security goes down. I'm not sure. Yeah, if the loyalty of the town drops below 25, town starts to generate more militia. Once the militia grows stronger than the garrison and the loyalty is below 15, the rebellion occurs. And I love this mechanic because like it forms like their own little kingdom. But what I would love to have from this mechanic is like they don't join existing kingdoms when they form. They should just become their own thing, and not they don't join the kingdom when they rebel. Like that sounds like, oh, I'm putting myself under a new tyrant. So that just let them be Tailwolf. Let them become their own kingdom, and make the game more interesting. And you have these like random kingdoms that like around the place makes it might even weaken the Khuzaits. But what I've heard in the forums is that it's not weakening the Khuzaits, it's actually making the Khuzaits stronger because the rebellions are also happening in the other kingdoms, and the Khuzaits is coming in, killing them. Plus, the Khuzaits get I think a policy which gives them 0.5 plus loyalty, so that these rebellions can be stemmed by that policy. So yeah, they're still trying to combat the snowballing issue, which is not game breaking. You can have some fun fighting against the final boss, which is the Khuzaits. Oh my god! But yeah, that's basically the rebellion feature. There's much more information here I can read on upon, but I want to keep it short. Of course, they have bad relations with the faction that they rebel from. It's just all like self-explanatory things. Like can be self-explained, done major work on keeping kingdoms on the campaign map for a longer time. Good. But I haven't got that far. Like I haven't gone for like 1,000 days in this game. I should do that, but the game keeps changing and changing. It's hard to stay in a long-term game because the new patches bring out so much. And now this is another big change I want to highlight is there was money inflation in the game, and the money of all the kings were always increasing, and this has been fixed. Now that's great because that means that like there'll be like thousands of troops, because they have all this money, right? They can afford all these troops, but now they have a limit on that. They don't specify how they have a limit on that. They just say it's been fixed, which is good. Players are making profit when they claim war. This is kingdoms usually want again. That's good. AI being a bit more smart with the player kingdom. I think it's hard to maintain those garrisons when you're creating a kingdom. Like I've heard in the forums, like keeping the upkeep of your troops is pretty hard. And nowadays in the patches, I've heard of like you can only sustain yourself through fucking looting, dude. The looting of enemy armies, which is I want I want to be like solid. Like I want to be in the green when I'm fighting. But I guess that's the price you pay for having an elite army, which you need. Can't like you really need a fucking elite army to defeat all these lords that come after you when you create a kingdom, because they just swarm you straight away. In short, all clans have at least one fief, and the medium tiers have nothing good. Again, these will just make the game more stable in the simulation. Each clan sim adults. Again, I like the Crusader Kings 3 or 2 elements in this game. Like they're going for like the dynasty kind of approach, which I love, and I hope they keep expanding on that. If they expand on that feature more, this game will be so good. Players will get relation because I want to expand a bit more, because in Warband no one could die. Like everyone was immortal. Like no one was aging or anything in Warband. But now in Bannerlord, everyone is aging and that people die. But it's not like everyone's gonna die eventually. They have their heirs and their children, whatever it is. And yeah, like it just the map keeps going. Like say if the king of Valandia dies, Durthit, his son will take over. That's cool, right? And then maybe there could be like a period of weakness. I'm not sure if there's any modifiers. Say if the king is weak when he comes to power, like, is there any like debuff to that? Maybe they could add that in later. But yeah, I guess their skills are like less because they'll be more experienced. They're inexperienced when they come to the throne, because when you look at their stats, when someone's like a child, like they're pretty shit. So moving on. Should minor faction nobles have weapon skills? They better have weapon skills, eh? This one's good. Players get relation and renown bonuses after donating enemy prisoners to settlements. Okay. I think this is in Warband too. I'm not sure. You could donate people, I'm sure. Fix a bug that led to AI clans to propose to students even if they didn't have hills. What the f? That's the AI is exploding, dude. Again, these bugs, which are so much welcomed bug fixes. Yeah, but yeah, rebellion feature was added. That's the main highlight of 1.56. Economy and trade, reduce the weight of long padded robe, layered robe, highland cloth, fix the bug. Yep, not really concerning to me. Settlement actions. The number of notables is constantly decreasing. That sounds bad. This has been fixed. Oh, goody. The number of notables in towns and villages is now also related to the prosperity value of the town and her value of the village. Again, makes the game more dynamic. Fix the wrong display of the gold earned in arena practice fights. Again, bug fixes. Cinematic camera being spawned inside the player character during hideout cinematic transition. Again, if I'm skipping some of these, it's usually because it's a bug fix or something really minor or really specific. Or just it balances a little bit, and it's not, I don't want to spend like 30 minutes going over that little change, you know what I'm saying? Main storyline quest, Destroyed Raiders has been implemented. Look, I'm real with you, Tail Worlds. I'm not interested in the main quest. I always think the Mount Blade series has never been about like stories or anything. It's sure there's like lore in that scattering. I love the companions in Warband where they had all their stories and everything. They told you the lore of the game through that lens. But I'm sorry, Tailwards, but I just do not like the main quest at all. I just find it really boring. I'm like, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to go around and form my own kingdom. I don't care. But yeah, if you're into the main storyline, add a quest. Don't worry. Two new conspiracy quests: disrupt supply lines and conspiracy base of operations. Again, if you're a quest junkie, you'll love that. Add a new quest. It's always good having new quests, I think. Like, generic quests, because like it just adds more flavor and more, what you can do. But I think I think these quests should be more linked to the actual simulation. So if say if you do this, they get more prosperity. But I'm sure it does that. I'm not sure. But it should be more than just, oh, they give you money if you give them tools. Or they can make more complex quests. Headman needs grown again. Balance changes. To make the game more balanced, which I love. Borrowed troops are removed from players. Again, bug fixes and balancing to make the game more realistic or more fair. I want Bannerlord to be a challenging game. I don't want to be for casuals. I'm sorry, but I always like the Mount Blade series to be a bit more like it be a challenging game. So I welcome all these balance changes to make the game more fair to the player, but also challenging. Board games, fucking hate board games. I just that quest where you're supposed to do the board game. Yeah, I just did the money and just got the quest. Like you pay him like 1K or something, but then you get like 2K back from like the guy who wanted you to get the item back from the guy who does the board games. So the board games should make them chess, bro. I know chess board doesn't exist in Calradia, but come on, I'm a chess master. I would find that more interesting. Fix the bug again. All these bugs. Oh my god. Other mercenary guards are now classified as range units. Mercenary guards, so they probably have bows, don't they? Never seen them before, but that's good to know. Custom battle heroes is further refined for different weapons. How many units now require regular horses instead of war horses? Again, all these are just balance changes. Multiplayer. I'm just going to skim through this because I'm not a multiplayer person really in Mount Blade. I did join Mount Blade Warband or bought the game for the Napoleonic Wars, but then I found this awesome base game. I'm like, oh my god, really? Like, you should buy this game for the single player. But right now, the multiplayer stage of the game is just terrible, absolutely terrible. Especially on launch day when you could have had all those people hooked, but you didn't hook them, and they just left. So now we're down to like not many people playing the game in the multiplayer scene. But I'm sure those people will come back when the private servers come into effect and the mods come out, the multiplayer mods. What I'm waiting for in the multiplayer scene is the persistent world mod. That was great. I loved it. Like it's basically like an MMO, like in the game. So you just spawn in, you can like there's an actual like scene, like a multiplayer scene map, but you can go take kingdom, like take over castles with your faction and stuff. It was so cool. I know it's still active in Warband, but I live in Australia, so there's nothing alive anymore in Australia. There's literally nothing. Only organized events, but like no one plays native in Australia in Warband. No one. Maybe like 5 people who are like doing deathmatch in whatever that map's called, arena. Again, server network. Fix the crash. Players again, crash fixes. But this is not concerning because multiplayer does not have private servers. Plus, I can't play it. I refuse to play against multiplayer where I have high ping. Trust me, you don't want to play Bannerlord with high ping. It's so terrible. And then you kill the American that has a lot lower ping than you, and then it's like, oh, so shit the game. Fix the crash. So this is both. So this is like for multiplayer and single player. Getting crash fixes, fixing a bug, and detecting. Again, I found this an issue as well. So hopefully that fixes the texture issues. But it wasn't that significant. It's not like a big thing that's making the game break. So also this one is welcome. Proof flora fade out, fade in and out at far distances. Good. Improved compression quality of UI assets. Again, that will probably make the UI more smoother, more I can flick through things more easier. So welcome. Again, performance. Oh, loading time, scenes, battles have been improved. Loading times are actually alright on an SSD, so I feel see even more improvement. Both GPU and CPU RAM usage has been reduced. Oh, thank God. These performance fixes are a blessing. Get these out, Tail Worlds, because I can probably increase my battle size if you keep doing this. Oh, this is a big one. Shield mechanic changes, increase the block points. That basically means like it has more. So when you're like putting your shield up, it has more range, I guess. So like the area of like when you hit a weapon, hit a shield, it has a bigger range, I guess. I'm not sure. Weapon blocks. Oh, for the opposite direction blocks. Weapon blocks to the opposite direction. An attack will make more sense in regards to the weapon position. So that makes the combat more smoother. I always find it a bit weird, but it's definitely better than Warband. People say the combat is shit, but I love it. It's simple but hard to master. People who play Mordhau and shit like, oh, the combat in Mordhau is so good, dude. What are you doing here? Well, can I have like 1,000 troops with this good combat system in here? Like, can I have 1,000 troops in Mordhau? Well, no. Well, yeah, I want to stay in Warband Bannerlord, thanks. Like, I'm not playing diddly matches with 5v5s in Mordhau, bro. When I can play like a 500v 500v on fucking Bannerlord. You also have 200 people in Bannerlord. So I think I'll take the hit to like the simplistic combat. But it's not simplistic. Like you can master it. Like I've killed so many multiplayer because all the noobs are shit, right? I've been playing Warband for like 600 hours, and I played Bannerlord for 100 hours, and they're pretty similar in their combat systems. So I was just wrecking kids with my two-handed axe. I was just like, I killed like 5 people one time because they're so dumb. I probably made them rage quit the game, and they never came back. So that's pretty bad, isn't it? Agent speed limits would decrease drastically while moving in formation. Again, anything that improves the battle system, I'm all for. I'll skip this one. Agents with ranged weapons and only approach the enemy until they see them when they are given the charging order. When they weren't shooting due to a friend blocking. Yeah, that was a bit annoying, eh? When they weren't shooting due to the blocking their way. They didn't approach and stood in place despite that. That was terrible. Yeah, I'm glad they fixed that. Now they do also do minor sideway movements to increase the chance of seeing them pass their friends. Yes. Agent speed limits are decreased drastically while moving in formation. I said that before, but again, I love these changes. They make the battles more, smooth. Or like the command of the troops more smoother. AI targeting system ignored a value while valuing the player's point. It's been fixed. Good. Combat animations are now disallowed or dismounting in order to prevent various animations. Good. Never encountered problems with that because I never try to break the game like some people. Players are now to crouch / dismount key at high speeds to automatically dismount from good. Again, all these new little tiny features are so good. Decrease the time for the cavalry and decrease this. That's good. I always find cavalry a bit weird. Like Like they go like so what they do, they charge and then they run away and then they come back for another charge, and I found it a bit too long when they increase their distance away from the enemy. So I think they shorten that distance. No, they increase their distance. But like I guess that's good so they have more like more distance to like couch their lances, or like, you know, build up speed to like, you know, hit them, because the faster you are on a horse, the more damage you deal. So that's good. I'm sure other console command, yeah, not don't care about that. And modding. And the modding kit is now out in beta, which is good for modders. I can't wait for the mods to come out of this game. Bro, even if you hate the single player, even if you hate the multiplayer so bad, the mods are going to be like so epic for this game. They just released the modding kit as a beta version, and like I'm already seeing mods pop up like for Lord of the Rings and like, you know, Star Wars, Game of Thrones. Like it's just crazy. Like you're gonna get the mod golden age in Bannerlord. It's only better than Warband in a few years. Like you're gonna, it's like, and what you can do with the engine is so good. But yeah, that's 1.56, and I think it's a meaty patch. People who say like the patches don't do anything, well, they do something, pal. Like honestly, look at here. There's a lot of changes here. If the patches were so shit, they would literally just be this size, right? But it's not. This is a good patch. But yeah, that's 1.56. But my general view on this is that you should wait until 1.57 comes out. Reason why is because of performance. I heard some issues in 1.56 of the performance in the world map, and it makes me not want to play it. Makes me not want to play it because, you know, I don't really like Bannerlord lagging out. Right now, I'm playing 1.55 because, you know, that's what my games are. Ooh, look at me. But yeah, again, my advice to you, dear viewer, is that you should wait until 1.57 when it fully comes out. I never really go into the betas because maybe I should, but I won't, because it's for the beta testers or the people who test out, you know, get all the bugs and shit. I don't like playing a buggy game, and I think it's best to play the final version of the patch, you know. So I just leave it until the next patch. For me personally, I'm staying on 1.55 at the moment because that's all my save games on that. But that might change because my playthrough at the moment is on 1.55, but it's so problematic because I want to play Rebellion. But yeah, anyway, guys, that's my overview of the patch of 1.56. Sorry if I didn't go into too much depth on the bug fixes and fixes. It's just that there's so many of them that you probably don't want to sit here me rambling on, repeating all the lines, right? But if you want to go into even more depth, I would suggest you look through the bugs and little changes. But yeah, the big features are rebellions, and the other one, the shields. The shields are the combat changes with the shields and everything, and the clan party changes, which is passive relation bonus. Marrying clan members, that's a big one. And yeah, and the prisoner recruitment process. It's another bit. Those are my main those are my main changes, or the main changes I see in Bannerlord as like important. And just on a further note, guys, I hope that you can like, comment, and subscribe. That helps me out greatly with making videos. I'm trying to stick to a weekly format where I just release videos, 1 or 2 videos each week, because I don't want to overwork myself. But I know this is a longer form of content, but you know, I can't avoid it. I can't cut it out because it's all, you know, you have to go through nearly all of it. Well, like, you know, most of it so I can give you the content. I can feed you the information of 1.56. I also do 1.57. But yeah, that's just my hack on there, saying that yeah, just any support you guys give me, you know, it helps me in making more videos and keeping you motivated to make more to help you guys out and yeah, it's the information about the game. But yeah, that's it. See ya.